everyone, this is Jurassic Pro here, and today I'm going to rank every single plane in War Tycoon, and you guys will be able to see which one will dominate this guy the best. Okay, let's get to it. So at number 10, I'm going to put the P-51 Mustang. This has 4 20mm cannons and a .50 caliber machine gun, and it has 1 seat, 1 out of 3 for speed, 1 out of 3 for health, and 1 out of 3 for firepower. And this thing, it's not the best plane in the world. There are way better planes. It really just has machine guns. It does not have any flares. The max speed for it is 226. I mean, it is the starter plane, and it does still do quite a bit of damage. But if there's a Patriot, get out of there before it shoots you down. Okay, so you can see how it does a lot of damage and has pretty decent area damage. So on to number 9, we are going to have the Stuka Dive Bomber. Now this has 2 7.92mm machine guns and 1 bomb. And that 1 bomb does so much damage and has a cool siren sound when you do a dive bomb. It has 2 seats, 1 out of 3 for speed, 2 out of 3 for health, and 2 out of 3 for firepower. And it is pretty good. It is a step up from the Mustang. And if you have a friend or your teammate, they can be the rear gunner shooting, and while you can be flying. And it goes 226 for speed, so same speed as the Mustang. And you have a 10,000 shield health, so it does that much. It does a lot. And the guns are pretty good too. And this thing does not have any flares. But I would still use it. It'd be fun for role plays or when you just want to take out someone's base quickly. See how much damage it did to that? Yeah, it's crazy. And then here's the siren sound. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's scary when you're on the ground. If you can get like 4 people doing this, it's crazy. Now on to number 8. We are going to have the Spitfire. This has 2 20mm cannons and 4.303 Browning machine guns. And it has 1 seat, 1 out of 3 for speed, 2 out of 3 for health, and 1 out of 3 for firepower. Now this thing, it is pretty good. Like, I would definitely use this because look at the firepower of that. Like the speed is 226, same as Mustang and Stuka. And it does quite a bit of damage. Like, look how long I can shoot this thing for. Like, see damage from that? And I can shoot it. Like, look how long I can shoot this for. It is so long. And has crazy firepower. And then it cools down super fast. Okay, so on to number 7. I am going to put the B-29 Dive Bomber. The B-29 Dive Bomber has 12 bombs and 5. Here, let me get over here. The B-29 Dive Bomber has 12 bombs, 5 Browning machine guns, and it has 2 seats, 1 out of 3 for speed, 3 out of 3 for health, and 3 out of 3 for firepower. And this thing, it can do a lot of damage. Like, it is big. It's also like the biggest vehicle in this game. And the auto machine guns do so much. They do have a cooldown, but it's not that bad. And if you can get to land and take off, you can have your teammate or a passenger ride in and control the guns. Pretty cool. So for number 6, I'm gonna put the A10 Warthog. And this thing is really good because It has a 30mm Gatling gun, 4 bombs, and it also has 2 only air lock-on missiles, so you can go bam bam. And then it's our first plane in this video that has flares, so you can actually combat missiles and stuff. And like, just look at this Gatling gun. Like, he is crazy for attacking ground, and the speed is 271, which is pretty good. And it also has ejection seats. So it has 2 out of 3 for speed, 3 out of 3 for health, 3 out of 3 for firepower, and 1 seat. So on to number 5, it is going to be the F4 Phantom. Now the F4 Phantom has a 20mm autocannon, 2 lock-on missiles that can lock on the air and ground, and 2 napalm bombs. And it has 2 seats, 3 out of 3 for speed, 2 out of 3 for health, and 3 out of 3 for firepower. And it is really good. The napalm bombs, they have this cool animation. They don't just drop, they do like this little spin, and they land on the ground and start having fire, and it does so much damage against oil extractors and players. And so on to number 5, I'm gonna put the MiG-29, because this thing is really good. It has 6 air-only lock-on missiles, and they do quite a bit, of damage. Like, look at that damage. And it has flares, and the gun is just so good. Its speed is 301, which is really fast. And yeah, so, and of course, ejection seats. And it also has 2 seats, 30mm autocannon, and it has 2 out of 3 for speed, 2 out of 3 for health, and 2 out of 3 for firepower. Now, we're in top 3 now, so the third best plane, in my opinion, in this game is the F-14 Tomcat. The F-14 does a lot of damage against air and ground. It has a 20mm autocannon and 4 lock-on missiles that can lock on the air and ground. It has 2 seats, 3 out of 3 for speed, 2 out of 3 for health, and 2 out of 3 for firepower. Now, it just does a lot. Now for number 2, top 2, is going to be the Harrier II. This thing is the first. It has 2 25mm cannons. It's the first plane in this video to have VTOL. And it has 4 lock-on missiles that can lock in air and ground. It has 1 seat, 2 out of 3 for speed, 2 out of 3 for health, and 3 out of 3 for firepower. Now this thing does a ton of damage. I versed it before. It can just lock onto everything. Its missiles regenerate so fast. And because it's 2 25mm autocannons, it just does a lot. And I would definitely recommend you doing this. And I think it's the best free-to-play vehicle or plane in this game. So on to number 1. Drum roll please. It's gonna be the F-35 Lightning. Now this has a 25mm Gatling gun, and it has 6 lock-on missiles that can lock in air and ground, and it has 1 seat and 4 bombs, just normal bombs, and it has 3 out of 3 for speed, 3 out of 3 for health, and 3 out of 3 for firepower. And it also has VTOL like the Harrier, so it has, 25mm Gatling gun. It has cool animations. See, when I shoot the gun, it goes up, and then it has 4 lock-on missiles for air and ground, and then like that. That's quite a bit of damage. And then it also, VTOL, and you could be like hovering above someone and then start doing bombs on them. Like, it is so OP. And look, the missiles and bombs regenerate so fast. And the flares, and then it has so much flares. Like the flares, it's halfway. Like if a stinger shooting at you and it shoots you and you activate flares, by the time the stinger reloads and starts locking onto you again, you already have flares. And of course, a VTOL, go down, up, and a VTOL, max speed VTOL is 319, and the max speed of this plane is 338. This is the fastest vehicle in this game, and it's also the fastest plane. And see, my missiles and bombs are already recharged, and I just used them. And the 25mm Gatling gun, here, I have a 10,000 shield health, and just look at that. There's so much damage, has great area damage, and you can shoot it for a while, and the cooldown's not that long. And the F-35 can also survive a cannon shot from an Abrams X. And it can fly without any wings. And it's just super good. Now it does cost 2,499 Robux, but if you do have the Robux and you like this game, I would definitely recommend it because it's just so good. Okay, and it also has ejection seats. Guys, so hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Please like and subscribe and comment below what you guys think of my ranking. And maybe even comment what you guys would rank the planes. Okay. Bye. Have a great day.